Hey, how's everybody doing here? It is about 11:39 here in Chicago. Uh, big storms moving through us here in Chicago with the western suburbs. Heavy, heavy, heavy. All right, so we got a little weather coming in here this morning or this afternoon here. But I wanted to pop on real fast because a group that we talked about the other day is starting to pick up a little bit. So I'm going to go through some names here, and you know which one I'm talking about. I'm talking about the utilities. All right. So NRG still early, guys. Still early on this trade, but getting better here. All right. So there's Energy. Now that was higher than up to 122.59. She is backed off with the shooter back down. Energy. We got XLU. She's starting to get better now. You got a 3-1 cooking here. We could get a 3-1-2 back up on this XLE. Now again, we got beautiful here for the week. All right, but we still got problematic with the quarter and the month. Okay, so like I said, um, we're just trying to get them better right now, and then we'll start to see when we could start to think about even buying these things. All right, EXC here up 38 cents. Next so much it would Exelon, but she's inside there. We got buyers in control right now. We do not have anything up here, as you can see, but we're starting to hammer up on the weeks. So we'll see if anything happens there. I got PEG, PEG. Got a 2-1 inside on the day again now. So still love where they're coming from, guys. All right, still love where we're coming from the move from the upside. All right, so a nice cooking a 3-1 there, trying to get a little better. You're starting to hammer back up. All right, so be patient with it. Pacific PG&E. This one got up to 17.16. She pulled back in a little bit, and there's your daily today. And they're lifting off of the weeks. And one of the things that we talked about, what the first thing I talked about when we talked about these things, I said they're already off the lows of the month. All right, and we knew that. All right, so that's giving us a hand for what's going on with the weeks right now. So you got a 1 week here. You're still pretty heavy in the thick on that one. All right, so we'll see that. AEE is a little better here today, up 60 something cents right now. All right, but nice hammer coming up on the day. We got buyers here. We got buyers here, and we're getting some buyers picking up over here. All right, soon we'll see that stepping up on the bigger time frames. All right, UEC, that's one of the nuclears here, coming back inside because this thing had moved up a little quick. All right, so pull it back inside right now on UEC, and again, that's tied in with the nuclear groups, and I'll get them as we go. I got the next one coming up right now is the CEG that gave us the 312 yesterday that puked out, and then here she comes right back. All right, so that's showing some strength here. All right, now you're kind of stuck inside the 2 hour right now, and that's where your 15s are lying right there. All right, Constellation Energy Group, definitely one of the better ones, and SMR, SMR had the big downer day yesterday, and then coming back today, got a pretty nice hammer going on here. All right, got a 3-1 on here. Oh, you're already up on the month, and you're very close to getting back up to green on your weekly. All right, so a little better there. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I want to go through the good ones as well as the bad ones. All right, WEC has got a nice cook in here, 3-1 with the day inside again. Now, dig where we're coming from. All right, and trying to hammer back up on the month. The month is still a little heavy here, but the week is starting to form up like a hammer. All right, so WEC a little better there. We got Ed. Ed's got the 3-1, getting ready for the 3-1-2 to go back up on the 2 hour. If we get some of that. All right, XEL up 41 cents. Again, some are really well, and then some are just kind of like chugging along. And here XL is one of those, right? 3-1-1. Looks like she'll probably stay inside there unless she wants to take that 3-1-2 back up. It looks like it'd probably be well, you're closer on this end here, but I don't see you taking that out today. Possibly it could. They'd have to really push him there. ETR, Enter G is another one here with the inside. You notice we have a lot of insiders. So we'll see what happens. There's your week. It's better. And then there's your month. Yeah, that can be maneuvered. All right, very easily. VST up $2.19. This one's better here. They've been taking some profits because finally they popped up. So I think there's just some profit taking coming back in here on the 4 hour here. This one on the 2 hour looks good to me though. I mean, you got inside now on the week, and you're green, and you're hammering up on the month. I'll just kind of glance through some of the bigger ones here. There's that Oklahoma up $2 today, but pulling back as you can see as well. That one's struggling too. And then there's CCJ, another one here, got up really, really nice to 99.57, and then it falls apart and comes back inside. So not much there. I'll just kind of go American Electric Power, up 51 cents. A lot of ones inside today. And then there's your Duke of Earl with the 2-3-2 up on the on the 2 hour. All right, looking really good here. Nice hammering up and trying to get that month more hammerish looking. All right, I'm not gonna go through everything here. Hold on a second. Where did my list go? Disappeared. Okay, so there's my Duke. All right, got a couple more here. All right. DTE, DTE up 47 cents here today, coming back up. I just kind of getting the gist of saying, okay, we know that we've come from a long way from the downside, and that's going to be hard. The hardest part will be getting out of the hole, and then once we get out of there, and we start to get bigger time frames moving in our way, then it'll pick up the steam. But for right now, this is why it's imperative to kind of how we watch them is for how they go right now. All right, so need a little better, about 47 cents. And that's really about it. I don't want to go through every single one of these, but for some reason I lost my. There we go. So Emerson, one of our babies, EMR, EMR is coming right back up now. Okay, got the nice week going for the highs. It's 64.87, and then it was 65, 165.15. We are not too far away from getting back to the highs and maybe even getting some expansion from this move. All right, so Emerson definitely up there in the industrial group as well. All right, so we'll see what happens there. Just ones that are up. EIX is better today, up $1.34. That's a 2 up on the day. I think the thing that the takeaway from this is that we've got a lot of green days again here. XLU had a bad day yesterday. It ran up and it puked. Today it's fighting back. So I like the things that kind of make that move and fail and then come back the next day. That shows strength. Okay, so I'm going to leave it on that. I don't want to go into anything else here. Tech, we're going to continue to chop. We see what the futures are doing. They just now they should go back up now because they have been so choppy. So with the move that we're getting right now, where all three right now are sitting on the lows of the day. So there should be a reversal that comes back up in so that chop keeps getting fulfilled. All right, so we'll look to see, and I think you probably will get that move back up. But right now, they've been coming down, and nobody's been coming to save them. It's been red across the board here. All right, so you take a quick look here. I mean, they're just keeping a hammer down, man. All right, so nobody coming to save them at this point right now, and not that they need to be saved, but they're they're kind of failing right now. All right, I see the Q's trying to hammer up just a tad here on the 15, but as you can see, we've been heavy down all day, and nobody's been coming. All right, diamonds. Was better early, man. Had a really nice move to start the day. Put that high up at 541. What was it? 541.75. It has been garbage ever since. All right. So Netflix is lower again here. Walmart's kind of like doing anything. Everything's stuck inside that shop. I would think that XLP would get better in this group, but it's really not. I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that defensive posture come in yet, and it might not come, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. All right. So that's about it. All right. Watching SanDisk and Apple and Micron and Intel and Marvel, and they're all chopping up. All right. So watch the groups and see who breaks out. As right now, no one's breaking out. Everybody's stuck. All right. Be good.